RVS Group, Building Intellectual Capital. RVS Agricultural College, Thanjavur, affiliated to Tamil Nadu Agricultural University. The campus is surrounded with lush greenery farm spanning about 400 acres, homing various flora and fauna. Students are preferred with clean environment, dedicated faculties, state-of-the-art teaching rooms with projector facilities. Examinations use digital platforms and are accessed through highly secured cloud computing facilities. This just not helps saving paper but also inspire young minds. Well-equipped laboratories, high-speed internet-enabled e-learning resources, thousands of library books, well-maintained playgrounds with an attractive stadium provision. Space, geography, rain are vitally utilized resources for an agricultural system. Exhaustive observation and monitor of real-time meteorological events help in making a wise agrometeorological decision. Students are trained through the meteorological observatory situated within the fields, is equipped to record the rainfall, humidity, wind strength and the directions from time to time. To nurture the students, part of the farms are dedicated in order to learn and experience the pragmatic practices of agriculture. Also here, they perform their own research studies, answering the issues for the benefit of farming. Separate hostel facilities for a decent stay within the institute premises for boys and girls. Mess serves with options of hygienic food. Transportation facilities for day scholar students. Here, students are nurtured with agriculture, not just as a course, but more than that.
நீங்கள் கல்லூரிக்குள்ளே வரும்பொழுதே பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. இந்த கல்லூரி பசுமை நிறைந்த ஒரு சூழலில் இந்த கல்லூரி இருக்குது. ஒரு வேளாண்மைத்துறை சார்ந்த படிப்பதற்கு மாணவர்களுக்கு ஏற்ற ஒரு சூழ்நிலை இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு கல்லூரி. இந்தியா விவசாயத்தை சார்ந்திருக்கிற ஒரு நாடு. அந்த விவசாயத்துக்கு சம்பந்தப்பட்ட அனைத்து தரப்பினருக்கும் தரமான தகவல்களை கொடுப்பதற்கு தொழில்நுட்பம் தெரிந்த நல்ல வல்லுநர்கள் தேவை. அந்த உருவாக்குற பணி நிறையா இருக்கிறதுனால, நிறைய பேருக்கு தேவை இருக்கிறதுனால, குறிப்பாக வேளாண் துறையில் ஈடுபட்டுள்ள மக்களுக்கான சேவைக்கு இங்கிருந்து போவாங்கன்றது நிச்சயமாக எங்களோட நம்பிக்கை. அந்த பணியை நாங்கள் இந்த கல்லூரியை தொடர்ந்து செய்து கொண்டிருக்குங்கிற எந்த விதமான சந்தேகமும் இல்லை.
Farms. RVS Farm is an eco-space segregated into wet and dry lands, gardens that host plenty of plant species. Each of the plants are facilitated with drip irrigation technology, and the farm has its own vermicompost and mushroom cultivation field. Coconut Grove. A 400-acre farm is a huge greenbelt architecture with various ecology of flora. Coconut is called as a tree of heaven. It is because every part of the tree is useful for human life to some or the other. This farm is a home for about 10,000 coconut trees, including tall and dwarf varieties. Mango Farm. In Indian subcontinent, mangoes are called as the king of fruits, also the most cultivated. Mango Farm is a huge niche of 6,000 grown fruiting trees. Here, various varieties of mangoes such as Himampasant, Neelam, Banganapalli and plenty are being raised. Intensive monitoring and assessment of mango field on flowering and fruiting quality helps on overcoming poor yield. Sapota. Sapota produces a fleshy berry fruit which is a good source of digestible sugars and appreciable level of proteins. Thousands of sapota trees are grown and maintained at our farm. For an efficient yield, research groups are working on canopy management. A critical paradigm to increase the crop performance is being studied on sapota farm. Amla. Amla or gooseberry is a common berry cultivated throughout India. Gooseberries can be consumed as a whole fruit, which tastes delicious and exhibits remarkable medicinal properties. There are 1,600 amla trees that are well maintained in this farm. Bamboo garden. Not only the largest of the grass family, but also stands an ideal one in achieving soil conservation, moisture, and recovering the degraded land. There are 2,000 bamboo trees being raised in the farm. Most of the commercially available medicines were derived from a plant source. Almost every plant has medicinal properties to an extent. Here, some of the traditional medicinal herbs such as Karpuravalli, Siriyanangai, Periyanangai, Sarbagandha, Thuduvalai, and aloe vera are grown and utilized for its potential values. In addition to various field and medicinal plants, effective methods of farming have been applied in raising mulberry garden, pearl millet, and lemongrass. Importantly, students are involved in raising sun hemp, which is a natural green manure, helps in protecting the fertility of the soil even after many harvests. Department of Biochemistry. Water and biomolecules are the fundamental principles of governing life. Biochemistry taught and laboratory course applies a palpable knowledge on the structure and role of biomolecules throughout the lifespan of the crop.
Biochemistry, in the agricultural point of view, we have studied the structure of the biomolecules and their important role in maintaining the plant growth. We have also studied about the secondary metabolites, which is the major constituent for the growth of the plant.
Department of Plant Breeding and Genetics. Plant breeding is considered as the co-evolutionary process between humans and the edible plants. This evolving technology is the primer for agriculture to adopt any plant to the local environment in preserving their innate anatomy and physiology. Later, with the extensive involvement of genetics and recombinant DNA technology, gave the transgenic plants with modified genetic makeup for the efficient yield. Students are extensively trained on various parts of the plant breeding, from traditional selection methods to production of hybrids and propagation of the breeds. Department of Biotechnology. Traditional methods utilized many plant crosses and genes from each parent involved to get a desired genetic characters. With the rise of plant biotechnology, these procedures had mitigated the extensive practices followed. Plant Tissue Culture Facility. Plant tissue culture is culture of plant cells, tissues, and organs in an aseptic condition. It has an important role play in manipulation of plants for improved agronomic performance through
In agricultural
micropropagation.
microbiology, students will learn mainly the beneficial microorganisms that will promote the plant growth. The beneficial microorganisms are Rhizobium, Azoospermum. They will produce the
Department
plant
of
nutrients like
Microbiology.
nitrogen, phosphorus, and also a plant growth promoter. Here, students will learn how to isolate the microorganism and also estimate the different plant nutrients required by the plants.
Department of Plant Pathology. The normal physiological functions of the plants are disturbed when they are affected by the living pathogenic organisms or any environmental factors that lead to a diseased condition. These staggers are an enormous threat to the agricultural and human community. Department of Entomology. Insects are the most numerous animals in the world and having tremendous impact on other lives. Being a key player in food chain, insects act either way. Since some are beneficial, helping crops in pollination, and some are harmful by feeding the crops and spreading the plant pathogens. Department of Soil Science. Soil is the prime nutrient source for an essential plant growth and has been the life of agricultural practice from its origin. Department of Animal Husbandry. Ever since the beginning of civilization, humans have depended on animals for basic requirements like food, clothing, labor, and security. These domesticated animals ensure the balance between human and agriculture as a cycle. Various cattle like cows, sheep, goats, chickens are being reared and managed. Students are given training in handling and management of livestock. Department of Agricultural Engineering. Faculties and students as a crew, they are actively involved in producing future-ready technologies for agriculture through engineering and its principles. Students are being put in real-world cases in order to understand the importance of engineering in agricultural practices.
What is the importance for agriculture engineering, or why we are studying the agriculture engineering, which means that how to improve the growth and income by applying the engineering technologies in the agriculture field. And here we have developed a wonderful workshop for the course purpose and maintaining the tools and implements for the practical purpose. Here students are well trained with the driving the tractors and along with the implements.
Department of Computer Science and E-Learning. Sports. Apart from their studies to ensure the balanced role play, Institute has well-furnished sporting facility with athletic track fields, playgrounds and separate courts for various sports. Yoga and gym. To make students physically fit, they are provided with gym facilities and yoga classes for their mental well-being. RVS Agricultural College, Thanjavur.